AIBC Pitch is back, and so is the stellar cast of judges that will choose this year's winner. Cal Evans, Managing Associate, Gresham International. Cal is considered one of the world's leading individuals on crypto raise and NFT compliance. Vinicius Moraes de Carvalho, Investment Partner, Ikigai Ventures. Vinicius has over 10 years of experience working as an investor and operator at the intersection of finance and tech. Oliver De Bono, CEO, Wikibet. Oliver De Bono is a Chief Executive Officer with 15 years experience in iGaming. Wesley Elul, Chief Creative Director, Quizando. Founder and digital marketing professional with a proven track record of working in the entertainment industry. Good luck to all, and let the pitches begin.
And good morning, and welcome to once again back to the AIBC Summit stage. And today we have one of the most exciting elements of the show today, which is the Startup Pitch. This is where you have amazing young projects that are looking, may have proven concepts, maybe building proven concepts that are looking for the right people to back them. Today we might find the next Elon Musk within our midst. And you never know, it just could happen today. Now, today with us, we do have 10, I think it's 10 pitches we have today. And what's going to happen is these individual startups are going to be coming up on stage, giving a 3-minute presentation, followed by a 3 minutes Q&As from us, the judges. Now, the judges here, just a big thank you, first of all, to our esteemed judges, Cal Evans, Oliver De Bono, Vinicius de Carvalho, or Moraes de Carvalho. Yes, and today these judges and myself will be actually scoring these projects to see who is going to take home the AIBC Summit Trophy winner, which, incidentally, I actually won a couple of years ago. So I know what it takes, and I know the nerves you guys are feeling. Don't worry, relax, and have a great time. And with that, I would like to announce the first project that we have today, which is Spiegel, a project that aims to find explanatory value of social intelligent constructs for employee engagement in consuming. They dropped out, so let's go to number 2. Okay, so our second project of the day, or first project for the day, is Every Creator, a business platform for creators and their communities. A big hand, please.
I'm Mike Prasad. I'm the founder of Every Creator. We are the business platform for building communities in Web3. Now, I have a quick thesis here, which is basically that historically, commerce has always driven content has driven community, but community has always been secondary. Throughout human history, we base our entire business models based on the idea that the value is primarily in commerce. Now, that started to change in 2020 when we started to value virtual experiences, not just physical commerce, but digital experiences, specifically because COVID forced us to have digital as the first point of engagement. And then when you combine that with the fact that the ad industry, which is what was supported commerce, was broken through IDFA and privacy laws, it meant that the way of valuing the entire web through just physical commerce transactions started to break. And then you add algorithms that changes culture through distribution of content at scale, creates a different type of digital community. So basically, I believe that the future of the web is the integration of content, community, and commerce into a cohesive business model that every business must have. Now, there's no solution to currently do this, lots for e-commerce, but not for community. And so we're building a platform to allow anyone to build a community website and platform in the same way you would build a Shopify website, turnkey, point and click. Now, this is built on Web3 technologies, and it is designed for any type of business, including creators and brands. It's pretty simple. You start by minting an NFT or registering an existing NFT. Now, your users don't need to understand what an NFT is, as long as they know what an email is. We just use Web3 in the back end. If you have an existing NFT, you can just register it and still use our system to offer benefits and manage and build your community. And when I mean by community, you have to know who they are, you have to be able to know their activity, and you have to be able to engage with them, and our platform provides that, as well as all the benefits. Once you choose the formats you want to offer to your community, you basically launch a site. It can be a free site on our platform. It could also be a full branded website. And then you can monetize, share content, provide benefits, engage, and build your community and an own community. Now, you might think a following is an own community on Facebook, but it's not. It's their community that you have access to. This gives you your own community. We make money by charging 1 penny per active user per month. If users don't engage that month, you don't pay for it for the creators. We also take a percentage of any NFTs that are minted through us, where if you use our smart contract, if you use your own smart contract, then it's free. Now we're acquiring my previous company, which has 20,000 creators and 2,000 brands. We have 12 plus pilots, including we've already launched with top DJs in the US. We've had animators and creators that have 10 million followers, and we're also launching with a retail brand in the UK. Our team has a crazy amount of background in the space. We're raising about $2 million primarily to build out tech and to scale our sales. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. And judges, you now have 3 minutes to ask questions.
Fantastic. If you don't mind, I'd like to go first on this one. So just to understand where you are in the project stage. So the project is actually not live. You don't have active subscribers right now.
So currently we have 12 pilots that are white label pilots. Of those 12, 3 of them are live, and the rest of them we're rolling them out slowly. What we don't have, what we need the funding for, is to build a turnkey platform to make it completely turnkey.
Okay, so now a quick question from my side. The users that are the fans' users, do you also have access to them to cross-pollinate between various different platforms?
Very good question. So basically, the end user account, every fan, when they register on someone's site, that's the same unified backend on our platform. Same way if you use Shopify and you use ShopPay, it's a unified wallet for all the Shopify sites, exact same thing. So we see the activity, and we see all of the visibility across every single fan and what communities they're part of, and we can actually use that to push collaborations and paid collaborations between the communities together as well.
Okay.
So I just want to go back to it. You're raising $2 million currently. How much have you raised so far?
So right now we have one term sheet for $250,000, and we're negotiating another one, hopefully for $500,000 to do a lead. We don't have a lead yet. That's what we're looking for, but we're also very comfortable doing sort of a party round.
How many of your so you said you're acquiring your old company
Yeah.
as part of this? How many? You said there's 20,000 creators on there. How many of them are still active?
So we have about 20,000 creators. We have about, I'd say, monthly active are about 10,000 plus.
Okay.
Now, this is their storefront for selling sponsorships. In this new model, they're given the opportunity to create a community using, turn it on using our toolkit, and then they can now manage their community. They can also then sell that back to sponsors. So instead of just sponsoring content, it's also content plus a direct conversion in their direct owned community. If the brand also has a community, they can cross-pollinate. In that scenario, we have 1 billion reach. If they convert 1% of our existing creators' audience, we will be doing $100,000 in revenue a month.
Using your old previous model, how was the growth cycle on that? To get to 20,000 users, what did it cost you to get there?
Because we have them active in our system already, they're mostly just converting through email.
Okay.
Let's talk about use case. What, if any, kind of market or go-to-market testing have you done with this? What feedback have you received, and how
Great
are people
question.
taking it?
So our first pilot was with Nightmare, as a national DJ with a global DJ with 3.2 million fans. It fundamentally changes his business model. We launched at Red Rocks, the biggest venue in the US, where anyone who went to a show can scan and get the NFT. The more they collect, they can upgrade their fan profile and get more benefits, including an on-the-ground conversion where they get a redemption code that acts as a coupon to show at a show on an actual event on the ground to drive foot traffic, where they get a special item or discount. So we have lots of types of conversion. We have a library of 12 plus different NFT formats that all have specialized functionalities for different types of creators that are completely customizable. The feedback has been nothing but positive. The numbers would revolutionize this business model by 10x.
All right. And what is the percentage that the creators pay to the platform of any sales?
SaaS, 1 cent per active user, and 5% of sales.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much to every creator. Our next project, please give a big hand to Rosie Whale. Their mission is to equip retail investors with automated tools to manage their portfolios and help them survive the bear market without major losses. Rosie Whale, your 3 minutes starts now.
Hi guys, how's it going? So my name is Lucas, and today I'm going to present you the Rosie Whale. It's an automated asset management platform, and let me tell you a little bit about the platform itself. Now, we solve 4 of the biggest problems in the cryptocurrency market. And the first one being is that investors lose a lot of capital during the bear market. Now, what happens is that nobody knows when the bear market comes, right? And nobody knows when you have to sell their cryptocurrencies if you want to trade for profit. And Rosie Whale solves this problem. Now, the second is that fund managers don't have enough tool in Web3 space. So we all know that we have banks, hedge funds, asset managers that have their own clients and want to offer different investment opportunities. But on the Web3 space, besides simply buying and selling currencies, there is just not enough tools. Now, what I would like to present you is the Rosy Whale solution. It's an automated trading platform which allows users to simply connect with an exchange and trade cryptocurrencies automatically. Now, we have an average yearly ROI of 49%, which is basically outperforming S&P 500 and any other index market at this very moment. We spent a lot of years developing the solution, and we currently have it out for 1 month. So basically, we launched the project 1 month ago, and we are live. Everybody can simply go to the platform, register, and use the bot. Now, here you can see a practical example of the dashboard, which shows my portfolio from 27th of July, and it made about 5% return already. The biggest thing and the best advantage is actually that we don't take assets under management, right? So it means that your money is parked at an exchange or a hot wallet, right? So you don't have to give money to us. We already have partnerships with 5 biggest crypto exchanges, including Binance, Bybit, Gate.io, Huobi, BitGet, and we're currently on the way to do even more partnerships. Now, the partnerships usually entail some marketing partnerships and an API brokerage license. How it works fairly simple. You go to the platform, you connect with an exchange or with a wallet, very, very soon, for example, MetaMask, and you enable the automation, and the bot works for you. Pricing is fairly simple, so no deposit fees, no withdrawal fees, and no monthly fees. We simply have 0.2% for every single trade that the bot executes, right? And it actually converts in about 30% of your profit. So let's say if you make 10,000 a year or 10,000 a month, the bot will take about 3,300 US dollars. We have a lot of plans for the next year, and especially for the end of this year. One of the most and the biggest upcoming feature is the trading on decentralized exchanges. Currently, it's working on all centralized exchanges, and the decentralized exchanges are coming very soon by the end of this year. Beautiful team, all in-house, working here from Europe, distributed all over Europe. That's it. Thank you very much, guys. We have over 13,000 people on Telegram right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to kick off super quick on this one because I find it very interesting. But my question from a user base or someone who's actually using automated bots, I use KuCoin, for example. Why would I, let's say, take that out of KuCoin and use your bot? What is the USP and the difference between the KuCoin bot and your bot?
Sure, that's an amazing question, actually. So just to break down your question into 2 parts. First of all, you don't have to take money from KuCoin, right? You can connect KuCoin with Rosy Whale, and it basically trades your KuCoin account, right? So you can have USDT balance on your KuCoin account. That's the first one. And the second one, KuCoin has different bots, such as DCA bot or a grid bot, but they are very simple bots, meaning that, for example, a DCA bot will simply buy cryptocurrencies while they are falling, and that's it, meaning that there's some manual work involved, that you have to understand the market, that you have to still perform manual actions. Or they have a grid bot, which works perfectly in a swing market, but it will not work in all the different market structures, right? With Rosy Whale, the only thing you have to do is simply put money in exchange, and that's it. Set and forget, right? It buys low, it sells while going up, and that's it.
Okay, I have a question as well. You say here, Renaissance Technology is the closest competitor to your product. As you might know, Renaissance Technology took the first hit in 2020, mainly because of COVID. Let's say COVID is a unique event.
Yeah.
But at the same time, equity markets and fixed income markets are way more stable than crypto markets in general. My question would be, how did you validate that your tool is actually managed to navigate through the downturns?
Yeah. So what we do actually, first of all, we perform backtesting since 2019. So we have a full data how we backtested the bot. Second, as you saw, it made 49%, which is actually phenomenal if you see it year by year, right? And third, it's very easy to use and it's available for everybody. For example, Renaissance Technology, it's a closed community, right? And you cannot simply, as a user, get in and use their technology. That's
going back to the point, Renaissance Technology actually started with their own funds.
Sure.
And you're asking somehow to people to give you the funds. in a
Correct,
sense.
and that's perfect, and that's again that's a competitor, right? And it's great. They have some great results, but what we use the volatility of the crypto market, and as we know, crypto market is more volatile than equity market or let's say indexes, S&P 500, and so on. So we use the volatility of the crypto market. Let's say if a crypto market gives us makes 100x in the next few years, our bot will perform extremely well, and it will outperform other competitors. So we just get upside of that volatility that the crypto market is giving us.
What's the cost per user acquisition?
At the moment, we have zero marketing costs. So we have people that are actually getting people.
Yeah, but there needs to be an estimated cost at some point.
For sure, but at the moment, I don't really have this number. We have a few influencers that we're working together, and we also call hedge funds one by one. We call asset managers, and we are onboarding them onto the platform.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we're out of time. I was going to ask about financial projections, whether you're live, how many customers are using it currently?
Correct. So we are live. We have 115 customers, and we started 1 month ago.
The time is up. Thank you very much. Our next pitch is called Spiritus. Is a platform for storing and creating digital memories that could last forever. A big hand for Spiritus, please.
Did you know 99% of people that ever lived are forgotten like they never existed? We don't know what they did, how do they look like, or even what was their name. 99% of people that currently live are destined to oblivion. That's why we created Spiritus, a platform for storing digital memorials that could last forever. With Spiritus, every user can become a memory guardian of their loved ones in a beautiful, simple, and secure way. They can post photos, videos, and create memorable life stories for which the loved ones should be remembered. To ensure that the memories last forever, we are powered by IPFS and blockchain technology in which our memorials cannot be deleted and they could last forever. Since our user base is quite older, we developed something unique. Basically, whenever someone uses Spiritus, they have a great UX in the Web2 app, and if they want to go to the Web3 part, if they want to buy the immortality, they'll seamlessly become a blockchain user. So Spiritus is basically a seamless way to eternity. About our competitors, they are solely focused on biographical data, such as names and dates. The thing about Spiritus is we are solely focused on life stories. We believe that every human being that ever lived has at least one life story worth telling. The global market size of the digital afterlife is currently over $30 billion big, and it's going to double in size in the next 10 years, especially with solutions like ours. Our business model is quite simple. The B2C part is a one-time fee for the blockchain push, for the eternity push. For the B2B sides, we are partnering with city cemeteries, because basically what we do is we pinpoint the spiritus that we have on board and put it on the grave locations. And with us, cemeteries are becoming museums, because they are full of untold life stories. For medias, we are just having a profit share on their current in memoriam segment. We launched the app in November last year, and we got more than 3,000 users, more than 700 memorials, and what's most importantly, we have more than 10 Croatian city cemeteries on board already on the platform, and we expect to have more than 1 million memorials by the end of the year. For this year, we plan to be in Croatia, and for the next year, scale to at least one European country. Our goals for this year is to have more than 20,000 users, more than 50 cemetery partnerships, and to have deal with at least one memorial center. Our team is covered with award-winning experts in all the necessary startup fields, such as business, marketing, development, design, and blockchain. So far, we raised 400K euros for 2 VCs and 2 angels, but we have a 50K euros free spot for one smart angel. So if you're an angel or a VC that wants to join our round, this is my contact. I'm Dino from Spiritus, and we are saving life memories forever.
Thank you very much. Judges.
Yeah, so I just want to kick this off. So you've got 3,000 active users who've paid that one-time subscription fee, is that correct?
We are currently pre-revenue. We are going to relaunch the app in about 1 month.
Okay,
Yep.
So the 3,000 users have signed up out of interest. They're not actually live on the app.
We have an app that is live, but those 3,000 users were basically in the first week that we launched the app. So they were just freely using the app.
Okay,
Yeah.
so with this, and I may have missed this, you are recording live content and then you're memorializing it, or can you upload prior content and memorialize that?
So basically, every user can become a memory guardian, and they can do with the memorial what they like. They can post photos, they can post videos, and they can create live stories. And other users can suggest content to that memorial as well. Basically, every memorial will be community-based, let's say. But there is only one memory guardian that controls the content.
Okay.
So once the user uploads the data, is it completely public? Is it private? Is it public-private?
Public-private.
Okay, and if I decide I want to create a memorial about Oliver and he's still alive, are you checking that out?
Currently, no, but that's something that our customer support will handle.
Can you tell me a bit more why you decided to go with blockchain technology on this? Because it feels to me that you could have used a regular technology.
Because of the immutability of the data, we want to achieve the eternity, and blockchain is the best technology. Blockchain with the combination IPFS is the best technology to achieve that.
So I just want to jump on one subject. So you've raised 400K.
Yeah.
How much have you spent? And the reason I'm asking is, what's your burn rate? How many customers would you need to maintain your development?
Currently, our burn rate is 15,000 euros per month, and so far, out of those 400K, we spent 100K. Yeah. To maintain our development, next month we are going to start with marketing, and our cost will go, I think, to 22,000 euros per month.
On those 3,000 users that you have you run, a cohort analysis of who actually keeps logging into the platform? Because it seems to me that you would input the data once and maybe forget about it.
The thing is, most of our users are over the age of 40. So that we have quite a unique user base. But the thing is that they constantly go on the app when someone goes to their memorials. Let's say that you have your grandma on Spiritus, and someone visits the memorial and sends a rose or suggests a content. And that's the reason why they come back to the app.
And is this only app-based? Is there a web-based version of this?
It's going to be in a month.
Okay.
Okay, one last question on my end. What is the benefit, your go-to-market strategy, part of it is the cemeteries, right? What is the benefit for the cemeteries to adopt your or offer you?
A new tourism attraction and a way that cemeteries are liven up a bit. They're like museums. Basically,
yeah, exactly. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Spiritus. Now, the fourth presentation is Nuco, a secure blockchain-based platform that allows organizations to securely create, control, and retrieve specific critical documents. Nuco, you have 3 minutes.
So, good evening, everyone. So, at Nuco, our desire is to revolutionize the climate change. That's why we are proposing a web-based platform about CO2 carbon trading. What we actually want to achieve by knowing how CO2 evolves around our lives is to create a web-based application where producers and sellers can exchange native tokens there in order for producers who are capable of producing and storing CO2 can effectually sell the CO2 into a potential buyer, which through our application would not know who that is. It's everything anonymous in order to destroy that. The problem, as we know, CO2 involves around our lives, climate change, acid rain. We know that we have change in the food supplies, how it changes our geographical issues. What we want to propose is that by using our application, you can provide your CO2 with a purpose of selling, making profit out of it, but of course, at the end, change what is already, we have a problem in our generation. What we actually, in the first phase of our MVP, we have created already an application which will be launched in several days, which will allow for someone who is a producer to go into our application through a strict KYC section that we have, will enable him to allow to provide credits based on the how carbon dioxide he can provide, and afterwards, through an open playbook, similar to any type like of Binance, he can either sell it or place it into a bidding, and whoever wants it can, at the end, buy that CO2, but has the opportunity, the buyer, to destroy it, which is done by that producer. Our market focus is not just to make money. Our focus is to revolutionize the climate change. We want for governments to learn new ways in order to stabilize new rules and regulations about CO2. We want also to gain access to CO2 and create a competitive market. Our advantages is, first of all, yes, of course, we do use blockchain technology, but what we want to achieve by and to overcome our competition is the algorithm that's going to be used, and based on that, you can get your CO2. It's not exactly what you are providing to the system, that's what you're going to get. Based on the standards, the system you are using, you will get the specific type of CO2 that you're providing. Our main features will be a token, native token, into a native blockchain that we're going to be creating into the second phase of our platform, but also the most important, the reduction of CO2 from our atmosphere. Our business models, as we can see, we are trying to achieve just the 0.1% of the European market.
Your time is up. Thank you.
All
Judges.
right, I'm going to jump in here. Is this on? Okay. So I love what you guys do. Anything CO2 is always positive, but I got to kick off with the founder of WeWork, who I won't name for obvious reasons, raised $2.6 billion to build a carbon credit exchange on blockchain, and a month ago announced that it was indefinitely closed. So I have to kick off with the most obvious and difficult question. What makes you guys different, and how are you really going to pioneer this?
Yeah, so the platform basically, it's not just simply, when you enter, you have to go through a KYC. The KYC system, which means, for example, you are a producer. You come into my platform, you provide me all the necessary data, information where you live, tax information, everything. Then I need information about your establishment, which means what type of machinery you are using, where you are based, why you are using that machinery, and so on. That means, for example, you say you have 2 million tons of carbon dioxide you can provide to the system. That doesn't mean it's true. We have validators into the systems, as in our disposal, where they come and regulate if you are actually providing 2 million tons of carbon dioxide, which means that based on that, you can change that number either on your side or either on to decrease. But there is also an algorithm which takes into consideration, which is very simple, A times Y, Z, and so on, which is very important by what aspect. For example, if you stay in Serbia, but you produce the carbon dioxide in US, you decrease that amount of CO2 into the system. We don't believe that we don't know what you're doing there, for example. Or based on our system, you can also select the validator, but you don't know that validator, what type of scoring he has in our system. The validator can be a professor, can be an expert, which we have already secured and we have communicated with him and so on, that eventually he has all the necessary documents for you to validate the carbon that you're providing to the system.
Thank you.
So which blockchain are you using again for this?
Right now I'm using a VM-compatible blockchain, Moonriver.
Which one?
Moonriver right now, but I'm developing into Substrate in order to create a native token for the platform, because we want to build a chain in order for other companies that will involve with the climate change to build upon our chain.
Okay, and how much is the raise for? Are you raising?
Sorry?
How much are you raising?
Actually, for the MVP, we raised around 200,000 euros just for that. And we're going live in a couple of months at most, if there is no problem with any regulations, because we want to go and to cover the US and Europe, of course. And we are trying right now to raise more funds for the second phase, which will be for the native token.
And how much is that?
We're estimating around 1 million.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So that was Nuco. Going on to our fifth project of the day, it is the Unigrid Foundation aims to become a fully decentralized and democratized cloud service that guarantees deployments to all always stay online.
Thank you. It's great to be here. My name is Adam Vandenberg, and I am the CTO and co-founder of Unigrid. And we are out to reimagine the cloud. And I actually have a background as a data center operator, and I have been running a data center in Gothenburg since around 2015. And I very quickly noticed that it was hard to, meet some of the demands that customers had, especially when it comes to backup and redundancy. I often had to employ other big cloud providers to kind of give them that service. So that's kind of how the idea for Unigrid came about. How do you create a network that allows everybody, big or small, to compete on equal terms, and not have these big giants taking a big part of the cake? And if we look at the traditional cloud business model, here on this picture you can see red is data flow, basically. Green is money flow, and the customer is the one buying the cloud service from the provider, and they have users, which are the customers of the customers, basically. And if you look at this, it's very focused on the service provider. You have a situation where it's a big footprint, basically. And it's bad for the end user because the provider dictates the price. They have to handle everything, everything from infrastructure to servers to data centers. It becomes really, really expensive. Someone has to pay for it, right? And that's the end user. And if something goes down, you're screwed. And we have seen it over and over again. But if you look at Unigrid, it's kind of a little different. Here, anyone can run a node and be part of the service. So customers can run a node, users can run a node, and you have like node runners that are the service providers, not only Unigrid, but you have an open market with open competition. It's redundant because the data is sharded, fault tolerant, and it's good for the end user, right? Because you have a lot of servers competing, and not just one provider. So a truly open market is what you get. And I hope you can join us in disrupting this $400 billion market that is growing every year, and make it better. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'll kick off. Numbers are one of the most important things in any of these presentations. How much money have you raised so far? What's your business operating costs? How much are you looking to raise? What's your client onboard intake? Numbers. Give us as much as you can.
So we raised on our own around 1.4 million by now, I think. And we also got a term sheet for 25 recently, 25 million. And there's another term sheet coming in, I think, on an equal amount. So I think we're good when it comes to that. Our expenses right now are not that big. We're still kind of looking for the right people. I would say maybe our burn rate is maybe 30,000 per month, roughly. It's sustainable and it's looking good.
Your burn rate sounds less than my internet hosting rate at the moment.
See?
I'm quite interested. What is the speed element on this? Is it deployed? Is there a version of it deployed?
So we're working with some customers. There isn't anything public yet, but we're working with customers, and we have users running nodes. So we have people that have kind of invested and run nodes on the network and kind of help us develop this. So it's interesting. We don't run the nodes ourselves. Instead, our users do, our investors.
So,
and we kind of use that, yeah.
What is your go-to-market strategy, and what kind of clients, size of clients you're trying to reach?
We right now it's a lot of business to business, but eventually it's going to be a lot of ordinary private persons and customers as
In
well.
the business to business, so what is your go-to-market strategy? How do you reaching out to your customers and saying, okay, switch from Amazon Web Services to...
So far it's been, these shows has been really good. We've met so many people and made so many contacts, and it's been great. we meet so many people that it's hard to keep up.
I just want to jump on this one. You said customers, we mentioned businesses a lot. What is your ideal target? What kind of business? As a platform host myself, I would be very curious how I would be able to adopt this strategy. And my question has two parts. One, in a centralized system where I must operate and I'm regulated and required to have a centralized AWS hosting, how can I tackle to bring my product over to your hosting solution where my regulators won't allow? Would I be an ideal client for you?
I think so. So it could be a little tricky, but we intend to be fully compatible with AWS API. So anyone that actually uses it can actually jump over to us. And I mean, the network is private.
That's your 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry. Thanks.
Thank you, Unigrid.
Thank you.
Our next pitch at the AIBC Pitch competition is Cars Central, a platform that digitizes all customer service and experience. You have 3 minutes.
All right. So, hello everybody. I have a question for you. Who have a vehicle? Who owns any type of vehicle? Okay, a lot of people. So what would you say if your vehicles, it doesn't matter what they are, a bicycle, bike, or car, are in one mobile application with all the documents in a digital format, with all the notification for servicing and maintenance, and the most importantly, with direct connection with your own service provider who is maintaining your vehicle? Well, this is what we have created, the first car-as-a-service managed marketplace platform, which covers completely and fully the car-as-a-service business model. Now, 5 years ago, we gathered together, so we wanted basically to prove the model and do a proof of concept. So we started with door-to-door services, serving the end customers. Then we communicate with the partners. Then we move on, extracting information and knowledge from the different corporations in order basically to fully and completely digitalize the automotive insurance and leasing industries in one platform, in one mobile application, for all the customers and for all the businesses. Now, we enable all the type of services which your vehicle needs, including leasing, financing, car rent, or even diagnostics or servicing at your own address. Then we decided that if we enable all those services for the end customers, we need to allow every business to be able to offer those services to his own customers. So basically, we enabled the platform just 8 months ago, where we have 4 mobile applications, one for the end customer, web access through SaaS model for the business, and for the different service provider and service operations, we have Fleet Manager app, Service Manager app, or Insurance Officer app. So what we want, one platform with one mobile application for all the customers, for all the businesses, for all automotive service providers. The features which we have enabled are a lot, which basically redefines and gives a real meaning of a mobility as a service business model, which we're going to launch at the end of this year, once we launch the online payment platform. And so far, we have around 8,000 customers, 200 partners, 80 enterprises.
Your time is up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Judges.
So you said currently you have over 8,000 customers. I'd love to understand your current finances. What is the current revenues being generated versus your burn rate, and what is it you're looking to raise?
Currently, we are operating for 5 years, right? So we launched the SaaS business model just 8 months ago. So we were generating revenues from the door-to-door services, which were the proof of concept, extracting information and generating know-how. And since the last 8 months, we have already 26 licenses, accesses sold to different partners, leasing, insurance, service providers, dealerships, who are basically using the complete tool set and, of course, recommend a mobile application for their customers to download it and to be able to communicate with them and to basically maintain all their services. So currently we are generating around 200,000 euros per year, which are growing from the SaaS business model. For the last 8 months, we are generating already around 6,000 euro per month, only from the SaaS model. We have one of the biggest banks in Europe actually currently signing with us, where we're gonna put in one platform their 3 businesses: fleet management, insurance, and leasing. Basically, those 3 divisions will use only one platform for communication with their customer. We have 6 franchises which are developing, so we are growing.
Just one last question, because I know we're running out of time. What regions are you working in right now?
Which regions?
Countries, locations.
Currently, Bulgaria. We are enabling now Norway. We are in negotiation there. We are touching the soil in Canada. We want to step in the United States as well. But in order to do that, we're going to need a little bit more solid finances, because so far what we have did, all that was done with 300,000 euro only. And this was since last year, which we needed for development.
Can I follow up on his question?
Yeah.
Exactly what is the strategy, the internationalization strategy? You were in Bulgaria, then you went to Norway.
Well,
then
the thing
Canada,
is that
US,
our business model with licenses, basically, we are using multipliers, which mean that the bank with which we are signing now, we are signing with Bulgarian office. I mean, for 1 month, we can step in 20 markets just with one customer, and basically enable like 300, 400 licenses just like that. And it's a monthly subscription model. It's very cheap. We are counting on volume because the tool sets are just magnificent.
Do you have GPS tracking integrated into the system?
No. There is no hardware, just software.
Time is up. Thank you very much.
No worries. Welcome. Thank you.
And a big hand for Car Central. Our next project, project number 7, is Behold, Beekeeper's digital assistant, hardware and software solution for digital beekeeping.
Hello, everyone. I'm Petar. I'm 4th generation beekeeper, second-time founder and CEO of Behold, AI-based beekeepers' digital assistant that allow beekeepers to keep an eye on their bees in real time. Imagine sitting in sofa, drinking coffee, and checking the status of your bees, which are somewhere in the mountain. Our vision is to digitalize every hive on the planet and make the world a better place for bees, beekeepers, and consequentially for all of us. We're a team of 6 enthusiasts equipped with knowledge and experience in beekeeping, startup development, hardware, software development, AI, and ecology. Although we are living in digital age, beekeeping is still same as 200 years ago. It requires to go physically at the apiary, manually open the hive, and visually inspect each frame. This process is labor intensive, and in 80% of time you unnecessarily open the hive. In same time, the process is performed only a couple of times per year, and in meantime you don't know what's happening inside the hive. And also, to perform optimal actions, you need to act on the spot, which require a lot of knowledge and experience. Our key differentiator from competitors is our unique patent-protected device, which allow us to collect visual data, same as during the manual inspection, but continuously in real time. And on the basis on this data, we build our AI assistant, which track your bees for you and give you advice 24/7. And with our technology, it's possible to completely remove the need for manual hive inspection. Our target clients are beekeepers. For professionals, we increase revenue. Hobbyists can dedicate more time to the bees, and beginners do not need previous knowledge to start beekeeping. Our business model have 3 price points, which depend on the level of AI assistant precision. We expect to be cash flow positive next year and to reach break-even point in 2024. Until now, we get more than 170,000 euro in grants and prize money, and currently we are selling our MVP to our first clients. We are looking for 200K in order to continue improvement of our AI assistant and to expand regionally. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Judges.
Yeah, really, really good presentation. My only question is, how big is this market? I've probably met 3 beekeepers in my entire life. So even if you maxed out at 100% capacity in the entire European Union, how big is this?
On the global level, it's around 30 billion euro per year.
Okay.
So
how many people? How many people, individuals?
Oh, it's like hundreds of millions of beekeepers.
Okay.
I want to expand on his question. So you list here 3 competitors, right? And you'll be the 4th one in the market. Why is there not a bigger adoption of this type of technology? Is there a need to educate the market, and what are you doing to educate the market about this?
So basically, the digitalization of beekeeping industry is present for a year, and you can find different companies all around the world addressing the problem and with digitalization, but they're using like indirect data, temperature, weight, humidity, and it's useful, but you still don't know exactly what's happening inside the hive. Like when you take out the frame and look what's happening, that's when beekeeper know what to do. With our unique hardware, we have sensors inside which basically draw you a picture of everything what is inside, and we use those data to build on top of that and create our AI assistant. So only we in the world do this way, and only we have possibility to collect this unique data and to build unique approach and unique AI.
Okay, my dad was a beekeeper for a short period, and well, he killed thousands of bees, like because he forgot about them. And I think a tool like this would have helped. The question, which Vinny asked before, though, is: are you educating people? Because I think had he known about this tool, he probably would have used it. Is there a marketing budget? Is there a way to reach out to these 100 million people?
This is we exist like a year and a half, roughly. Education of people is not our goal right now. Like we are focusing currently on early adopters which are like technology enthusiasts. Most of them already have some of competitors' devices, and they're really excited to use our solution, which give them more with like technology inside their hives.
But how are you reaching them?
For now, so we just start selling MVP here in Serbia. We're local, and the first 10 customers we have is like personal connection, the people which reach us earlier, and we have planned for next year how to expand regionally.
Okay, just quickly, it sounds like you've got a unique system. Have you patented it? Are you looking to patent any of it?
Yes, so we have Serbian national utility patent, and we have second patent, which is patent pending in Serbia, and we're writing continuation on EU and US.
Thank you very much, Behold. A big clap for Behold. Our 8th project of the day is Meme the Gathering, a next generation play to earn on-chain digital collectible. Developed with a new concept of e-sport. Your 3 minutes starts now.
Hi, everybody. I will start by showing you something which everybody here want to see. I will start by showing you the money. So the money is in the digital collectible card games. The market is expected to grow by 20% annually, even actually more, reaching $58 billion by 2027. Think about that, $58 billion in just 5 years from now. Let's look in the actual examples. Hearthstone in 2020 reported more than 23 million active users which generate enormous revenue. Magic the Gathering, same, $818 million in the same 2020. And they broke this record in revenue in 2021, reporting already $1 billion revenue. So the money is here. What is not here is no P2P market, no play to earn, no actual collectibles. So there is no ownership. So now, let me present you the opportunity. Meme the Gathering, the first true digital collectible card game. Hide and hodl, protocol wars, all these iconic encounters of the industry of the internet and crypto coming along into the Magic the Gathering. It's part of our plot and the world. All that coming together with the blockchain layer protocol, which enables the ownership, which gives us a P2P marketplace, which gives us the ability to play to earn and all the Web3 features. So we're not just creating a fun game to play. Meme cards are actual digital assets. And that means that we're taking the best from the market of NFT and non-NFT games. We're bringing the blockchain into the picture. We have amazing plot and legacy. And we're creating an awesome, awesome game. So now we are looking to raise $600 million as a seed funding, which is based on a very conservative scenario where in 3 years we generate only 100 million revenue. And with 10 million registered and 1 million active players, which will definitely break through. Finally, our roadmap. Our roadmap includes the fact that in Q1 2023, we are already starting to sell the first cards. And in Q2 2023, the marketplace is launched, which means that we start to generate revenue 1 year before we actually launching the game to play. So, that's very interesting part of that. So we're building the community here. So of course, everything is also coming with the great team, which I'm very proud of.
And the time is up. Thank you very much.
So I just want to kick this one off. Just out of curiosity, so the product is not live. You don't have active users yet.
Not yet, yeah.
And just to compare, because you mentioned The Gathering and you mentioned Hearthstone. Those are two major products that are backed by billion-dollar organizations that you require tens of millions to go to market. What is your go-to-market strategy? Because adoption of a product like this is extremely pricey.
It is true. That's why basically right now we're just raising the seed round. That's for. So we targeting the crypto community on one side. So these are who are interested in these meme cards because they can connect, But we also target the gamers who actually, again, they're interested in the internet. They already had some. They play in the Magic, for example, but they can come here and they will realize that they can own their own cards, right? So they can play with them, they can sell them, they can buy them. So we're targeting these two communities, basically bringing them together. That's the go-to-market.
Just one more piece. Do you have any active, let's say, users or subscribers on social media? How many people have engaged with this product?
Okay, so we didn't yet kicked off any marketing, so it's the first time we're actually pitching the project here. But we already have around 200 people who are ambassadors. Some of them which are iconic people, and they engaged with the product and they want to pitch it forward to their communities.
Okay, I'm not much of a card game guy. I'm going to be open with that. But from what I understand with Magic the Gathering, there is a lore, there's a narrative, there's a tale behind these things. What I'm seeing here is just taking crypto memes and sort of smoshing these two worlds together. I'm not sure if crypto people are Magic the Gathering people. I'm not seeing a narrative in this.
Well, it's just no time to explain the entire narrative, but basically there are fractions. And these fractions, there is a red fraction, which like SEC, who is trying to, mock the market, regulate everything. Then there is free souls who are trying, to create new projects and stuff. And the narrative is there. I mean, again, it's very hard for me to explain it right now, but there is a story behind, and how is it working? So that's the idea, because the game is not to be here just because it's about the blockchain. The game have a lot of engagement inside.
Okay, and has this been trialed at all? Has there been any info or any take-up by the community?
Let me try to explain it better. So basically, for example, we have the doggy coins, right? So around the doggy, there are several cards already existing. For example, and they tell the story. So this doggy, is super strong, who's coming in the market. So we have the tales writers who create the entire plot behind. So I can share all of that, but just not in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Any other questions? All right. No, thank you.
Thank you so much.
That was Meme the Gathering. And our final project for today is CR Square Finance, a platform that connects investors, founders through trusted mechanisms of escrow pools powered by smart contracts in alliance with a validator ecosystem. A big hand, please.
Thank you so much. I'm Yashashvi Sharma, the CEO and co-founder of CR Square Finance. So I have a question to all the Web3 investors here. Even after the complete due diligence and research before investing in Web3 tokenized Web3 startups, have you faced the issues of delayed implementation of roadmap, or too many changes in the planned roadmap, or tokens not locked into the vesting contracts, or core team members exiting the project after launching the tokens, or lower liquidity in the exchanges, so on and so on. And finally, knowing that your SAFT is practically or legally not enforceable or legally too costly to enforce. So these are the problems we are trying to tackle with CR Square Finance. Being an investment consultant for the last 10 years as CPA, and also a Web3 investor personally and running a small hedge fund over the last 4 years, we have found there is a lack of financial transparency in the Web3 startup ecosystem space, unlike the Web2 space where it's much more centralized and controlled. So there is a need for proper allocation of funds to deserving and performing founders who actually complete or deliver on what they are promised for. With that, we framed a thesis that financial transparency can be enabled to the Web3 ecosystem by enabling decentralized due diligence, decentralized audit, and decentralized arbitration systems into the CR Square ecosystems. With that use case, we started building our first product, which is CR Square Guardian, which is a combination of the centralized structures of Kickstarter, Crunchbase, and AngelList, where we are creating a safe and secure environment for investors to invest in Web3 startups while safeguarding their funds in the case where there is complete absence of regulation, and also enabling founders to be financially transparent and receive the funds subject to milestone-based payments. When they perform on complete of those milestones. So typically, what they do is that we are completely replacing the SAFT mechanism, where the SAFT doesn't provide any kind of legal enforceability, just that it's a sale of tokens. It is a document for sale of tokens. We are completely replacing that with our milestone contracts and vesting contracts. So what we do is basically a staged finance model where any founders can raise funds from the list of investors who are already on a platform, or investors outside the platform, and subject to milestones set by themselves and approved by the investors. In case of public fund, that by validators, we call them guardians, who are basically investment analysts in the Web3 space, who actually act as guardians in CR Square ecosystem and get rewarded in CR2 tokens. So these people can raise funds subject to milestone-based payments. Milestones, for example, can be release of alpha version.
Your time is up. Thank you. Judges, questions?
All right, I got a lot to unpack here. So confirm for me, are you an escrow service or are you running vesting contracts?
We have two contracts, milestone contracts and vesting contracts. Both are inbuilt into CR Square Guardian platform.
Okay.
So which the milestone contracts enables the milestone funding, and the vesting contracts to release the tokens to the investors, airdrop to the community, or any other use cases.
Okay, got it. Are you guys licensed anywhere as a escrow service?
No, what we are doing is a completely decentralized solution, not any kind of, we don't hold the funds. The funds are in the smart contract. For example, if you are releasing, investing, to any of the project, issuing a grant, that money will be in the smart contract and not held by the CR Square Finance team also. We won't have any control over it. So
okay.
It will lie in the wallet and subject to the founders completing the milestone and the validators or the investors approving that the completion of the milestone. These funds will automatically transfer from the smart contract to the founder. If the milestones have failed or not been implemented, or two successive milestones have failed, the investors' funds will be unlocked and the investors will be eligible to withdraw the funds back.
Okay.
So we are safeguarding the investors' funds in that way.
So you're saying that everybody that participates through your platform is an investor. you're holding those third parties on trust on behalf of a third party, and you're not prepared to get regulated?
No, we are prepared to, if required, initially we are planning with Fireblocks, other escrow service, this one. And later on, when we have the enough funds and the traction, we'll try to get our own licenses.
Thank you.
So Fireblocks is our initial first choice, actually.
I just want to understand where the business is. So the product is not currently live, or are you live, and have you had any successful transactions?
We are a TD5 incubated project, and we have actually close to signed up deals with 15 plus VCs to actually even raise our own funds through our own platform. We are in testing phase right now, and we have also signed up a contract with Biston 2.0 to handle their $1 million grant program, where the grant funds will be released through our milestone contracts. So we are in testing phase, pre-audit phase, and we are launching in GitX Dubai in October.
How many validators are needed to release a milestone?
So initially we are setting at 5 validators for every milestone approval. In case of public funds, in case of private funds, which is, let's say, VC is on a platform. So we are leaving the choice to the VC. So the VC knows best when to whether the milestone is completed or not. In case if it's a public round, the public validators will actually approve the completion of the milestone.
Okay, so basically, if you're looking at VC funds, there's no benefit for the project at this point.
The VC funds, basically, the VC will choose whether the milestone has been successfully completed or not.
Yeah, but for the project itself, there's no benefit using your system.
The project, basically, any project without any kind of backing or anything can actually decentralizedly open like a Kickstarter, raise the open round and raise funds and reach out to investors in our platform.
Okay, time is up. Thank you. And that was our final pitch for today. Well, first of all, congratulations to all of those who pitched. The judges now will finalize their scoring, and we'll ask a couple of questions. Just let me finalize mine. All right, so as they calculate the scores, judges, what did you think? Those were 9 very different projects, which we saw there.
Yeah, it was very cool. Well done to everybody that took part. You all did very, very well. It's never easy. 3 minutes elevator pitch is never easy, and you always think you nail it in rehearsal, and then you stand on a stage in front of people, and it's never enough time. I just think for future reference for everybody, numbers are everything. People want numbers. How much you need, what are you going to spend it on, and what does the future look like?
That's exactly it for us. I mean, the most important thing, especially if you're looking at, investing in anything, you want to know what's my current burn rate, what do I anticipate to earn? Because if somebody needs, I'm just going to give, a random reference. If you need 1,000 customers and you're charging them $5 each and your burn rate is 100K a month, then there's no business model. So the most important thing to come forward with is to actually do, an assessment, assess what you actually do need to maintain your burn and then your long-term growth, because many of these projects, they're not going to take off overnight. Don't get me wrong. We had a very interesting last project, but the cost of setting up escrow services is a fortune. So you do need to incorporate all this information into your pitch to know, we have actually thought about everything. Because I think one of the biggest fears investors have is that you haven't thought about everything. And that comes up 6 months after you've invested in the project.
Yep.
And, if I may add to his point, also the numbers, please pay attention to the numbers. The numbers have to be realistic. It cannot be something off the roof. I do understand that for pre-seed companies, it's very difficult to get to the right number, but it cannot be something so unrealistic as some of the things we saw.
I agree, and I think, just a final thing, never use the word "I think" in a pitch. I think it's about, you've got to know. Because if you don't know, we don't know, and you're the only people that are going to know. So be specific with what you say.
Being a founder myself and having been in pitch competitions before, one thing, as I said, real numbers is very important, but I also find making sure that you know your costs. Knowing your costs is just as important as knowing how much you're going to be raising, because then you can actually plan it out. If you haven't done that thinking, especially marketing costs and user acquisition costs, you do not know where you're going, and that can set for you to fail. To be honest, I'm on my 10th startup, out of which most of the time I haven't had to have user acquisitions costs, but when I did and I underestimated them, the burn rate changed instantly. So if you have to acquire users, make sure you know that number.
Yeah.
I think
a good old-fashioned sinking fund as well. Never be afraid to talk about what could go wrong on why you might require some extra capital as a backup plan. Everybody loves to hear about good things, but sometimes it gives people more confidence if you've also looked at what could go wrong. Like, we need $4 million to build this, but we need another $500,000 because we might have XYZ go wrong, and then we have to do this. It's always positive to hear as well.
All right, so we have a winner. First of all, to all the contestants, you did a great job, but we could only have one winner today, and the winner is none other than Behold. Congratulations to Behold. A few words?
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. This is really unexpected for us. Probably because we are local, so this is a benefit. But thank you, really, really great appreciation for our work and everything. Thank you a lot.
Congratulations. And here is the AIBC Startup Pitch Winner 2022 trophy. Congratulations. From a big applause to Behold, the winners of the competition, as well as to our amazing judges, Cal, Oliver, and Vinny. Thank you very much, and on with the AIBC Balkans show.